Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and this story it was sent to me by one of our admins, and the message reads like this: Good morning, my brother. I became so jealous of my friend's marriage. So what happened is that we had been caught in the bathroom as we were kissing and making out, and after we had been caught in the bathroom, the story then had gone viral. That time when this thing happened, there were only your landlines, no smartphones, no what. But I am telling you, with all the things that were not there, the technology, we still became the talk of the town. And my husband was heartbroken, and he came home after hearing the news. And when he came, he started assaulting me. He started beating me like a snake that he had found in his house. I felt that this milk had been split, so there was no more turning back. My friend's husband was madly in love with me, and he would give me all the money whilst he was neglecting his own children. I remember the kids did not have any clothes to wear or even having any underwears at all, and their mother, she was not working at all. So all the money that my friend's husband was earning, all of that money was entering into my pocket, and I was the one that was dictating everything, like how he was supposed to manage his finances. I was the one who was in control. They lived a very miserable life, and that is one thing about us women. When you start dating someone's husband, you still have that heart whereby you tell yourself that at least I am not going to make him not to support his children. But it is like there is a spirit that will suddenly enter into your heart whereby if you see his wife having makeup or having anything new, like new clothes, you will start to feel so jealousy whereby you want to destroy everything. That is what started happening to me whenever I would see that this man, without telling me, he would go and buy his wife something. I would get so mad at him, and he would actually go and he would get a loan so that he can just buy me the same dress. And my friend, whenever her husband would buy me a dress, she would think that maybe I would have gone to the shop so as to buy my own dress. But what she didn't know is that her own husband was the one who would have bought for me that dress, the same dress that looked like her. They lived a very miserable life, and yet we were so much in love and never cared for anyone besides me and my friend's husband. The wife said nothing, but she was deeply hurt after she had found out that I was the one that her husband had been cheating with, and that is when she started looking for a job, and finally she left town. This meant that me and my friend's husband, we had so much time to ourselves, but the problem now that I was facing, it was my husband. I just wished in that moment that God was just going to remove my husband from this earth so that I can enjoy this love that I was facing. I came up with a new plan. I had to seek a transfer from this town, and I went into another town that was further away so that we could start our life away from all the gutters and the gossipers. But my problem again was that the father of this man hated me so much, so I had to silence him. That was a very simple task for me because my mother is like a traditional healer or a witch doctor, so she had the power to fix this problem. The father had sent me a letter telling me to leave his son alone and stop destroying his son's marriage. He told me that he was not going to accept me into his family or to allow me to visit their home. My mother went throughout the country searching for the most powerful witch doctor that gave her a charm to silence this old man. I used that charm and followed all the instructions by just using his photo, and I then managed to win his heart. One afternoon, we drove to their village with my friend's husband, and he welcomed me with love. And this was a chance for me to strengthen this relationship. So, when I was cooking lunch for them, unsuspectingly, I had this other small bottle, and I kept on adding more charms in the food. And he has been on my side from that day. Meanwhile, the wife was depressed and she kept on fighting me while I kept on winning. I then got the transfer and moved to another town, and I left all the children with their father. The eldest one was 9, with the rest were just small babies. Don't play with love. Nothing was going to come in between me and the man of my dreams. So many nights I would wake up and I would feel that this thing that I am doing, it is not okay. But when two people are cheating, I think that there is a demon that is sent from hell that can just confuse you, because you can know that this thing that you are doing, it is very evil. Other innocent people are suffering because of your cheating ways, but the moment that you start to touch each other, you can feel like there will be fire that will be burning inside your bodies. That is what used to happen between me and the guy that I was cheating with. Whenever we would feel like we are feeling really guilty of all the things that we were doing, we would start making out, then we would forget everything. But deep down in your heart, you will feel that there is this guilty voice that keeps on telling you that the thing that you are doing, it is not okay at all. Do not play with love. Love is such a dangerous thing. The town I moved to was about 700 kilometers away from that place. I would then call on the landline, and every day I called the wife, and whenever I would call, she would cry, and my friends would teach her a lesson by beating her. And in most cases, it would be at night. Then she would be beaten and chased out of their home, and she would sleep outside. He would then come and call me. Then we would talk about our love. Their children would witness all of this infighting, and I guess they would cry too. But I did everything I could so that this man was mine and mine alone. One day he then decided to visit, and the wife was working away. He left the kids with the helper, and he lied to them that he was going for a working trip. That night he drove to me, and their child developed a fever, and he had not even left a cent for their upkeep. She had contracted malaria, and her temperature went up. They started calling the branch that he had lied that he had gone to, and there was no answer till the baby started to have convulsions. That is when the neighbors took the child to the hospital. He came to see me, and it was really nice. You guys got no idea how much love nice it can be. I was winning, and I didn't care about how all the people, including my children, were suffering because of all the things that were happening. She tried to claim for maintenance, and I told him to resign so that she can suffer. If he had resigned, where was she going to claim for maintenance? The following years, she suffered with no employment, and I made sure that whatever she touches will end up in tatters. As if me stealing her husband was not enough, I managed to cast some bad luck spells on her. I didn't want her to touch anything that would come to life. Anything that she was going to touch, I wanted it to just go dry. She had to suffer, and her children were supposed to suffer. They were not supposed to be better people, but to struggle. This is the charms that I placed upon their life. Like, you are going to struggle for the rest of your life. They struggled with no food. The kids dropped out of school. I was happy. Everything was coming to life. My dreams were coming true.